Hello everybody, welcome to Destiny of Cards. Today we are going to do a deck profile for the new Seal Dragon. Yes, it might not be a new archetype for Kagero, but there's some boosts from the latest expansion of Vanguard, from the GPT-03 Sovereign Star Dragon. Okay, so today we are doing what can be updated to the new Steel Dragons. Okay, so as for the starters, we will be running Red Pulse Draco Kit. Ability is Forerunner, followed by Activate, Counterblast 1, put this card into Soul, check top 5 of your deck and add a Great Tree to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So yeah, this is a Great Tree Recruiter. Now we move on to the G Zone. First, we run 2 copies of Root Flare. Root Flare's ability is Persona Flip himself from the G Zone. If you have 2 face out G Zone, retire your opponent's 1 row. Yes, retire 1 row. So it's a very good card for clearing your opponent if your opponent floods the field. Yeah, but we only run 2 copies here. Next, we run 3 copies on moment. Okay, so his ability is when this card's attack hit the Vanguard, choose one of your opponent's rear guard and retire it. So it's a quite pressure card for early game removal. Now we run to the new card, Mustafa. Yes, Mustafa's. So this Mustafa is the latest card from the expansion. Okay, so its effect is Counterblast 1, flip a card in your G Zone face up. No need to Persona Flip. Yeah, so if choose one of your opponent's guard and retire it. So that's just 1 retirement, but the main effect here is the second part of the effect. So for each face up Mustafa in your G Zone, choose one of your rear guard, and that rear guard choose one of the unit. That unit gain this effect. Okay, so when the attack hit the Vanguard, choose 1 card in your damage zone and flip it face up. So yeah, so it's a good effect for you to inflict your damages. Yeah, so we're running 3 copies of Mustafa. Okay, now we move on to the main body, the Great Tree. Okay, first we run 4 copies of Inferno. Okay, Inferno's effect is Limit Break 4. Counterblast, as special Counterblast, 2 Seal Dragon. Retire all opponents Grade 2, and this card gain 10,000 power. So this is a great removal. The main mechanism of Seal Dragon is forcing your opponent to call Grade 2 onto his or her field by various card effects. So this card will allow you to actually burn all the Grade 2s. It's quite countering towards Aqua Force if you do want to use this deck. It will be quite a disadvantage towards the new Gold Paladins because they have quite a lot of on-call effect. So yeah, but it's your option. This Steel Dragon can retire all of the Grade 2 and gain 10,000. Next, we run 4 copies of the Steel Dragon Break Right. Okay, so the effect for the Break Right is Limit Break 4. Your Vanguard gain 10,000. Then the main effect here is your opponent choose 2 of your opponent rear guard, then retire them. Then your opponent check top 4, choose up to 2 Grade 2 and call to separate rear guard circle. Then he or she shuffle his deck. So yeah, this is a very good retire card, but you get opponent gain 2 units if he or she manage to find Grade 2 among the 4 copies. Okay, so the next effect is when this card attack your opponents and the number of rear guard you have is more than your opponent, you get 2,000. So it's a 13k if you have more rear guard than your opponent. Next, we move on to the grade 2s. Okay, the grade 2, we run 4 copies of the Seal Dragon's Healthcare Tackle. And we run 4 copies. Okay, so the effect of this card is Counter Blast 1. As special Counter Blast 1 Seal Dragon. When this card is called to Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, you may you can choose one of your opponent's Rearguard, retire it, your opponent check top 4, superior card or grade 2. Yeah, from on there and then shuffle deck. Yeah, so this is the main mechanism of the Seal Dragon. Okay, so this we run 3 copies of this card. This card's ability is during your main phase, if your Vanguard is a Seal Dragon, you can pay the cost, which Counter Blast 1, and then during the battle phase, your opponent cannot intercept. Yeah, so if stop all intercept because your opponent will be summoning grade 2s, so this card will stop them. Next, we run the grade 1s. We run 3 copies of the Limit Break Enabler. Okay, so 3 copies. Next, we run 3 copies of the new card. Okay, so the ability of this new card is when this card boosts Seal Dragon, you may pay the cost, which is Counter Blast 1. So if you do, your opponent cannot intercept during this battle, and for each grade 2 on your opponent's field, the boosted unit gain 2000. So imagine your opponent have 4 grade 2 on his field, he cannot intercept with them, and he will plus 8000 for free. Yeah, by paying one Counter Blast. Next, we run 2 copies of this card. Ability is when this card is called to Rearguard Circle, you can, if your opponent have grade 2 on his field, you can discard a card to draw 1 card. Filtering. Yeah. Next, we run 4 Protect Op. So Protect Ops is the new Unflipper Perfect Guard, which can only protect your Vanguard, or cannot guard for your Rearguard, but is additional effect is for each if you call into your Guardian Circle, if you do have another Protect Op on your in your drop zone, you can inflict 1 damage. So this deck quite heavy cost in Counter Blast, so we do need Unflippers like this card. Yeah, so this card allow you to inflict the damage. Next, we run 2 Kagero's restricted card, which is Calamity. So Calamity's effect is Soul Blast 2. When this card called the Rearguard Circle, Soul Blast 2 and draw 1 card. Next, we go to the trigger layout. Okay, so we run 4 copies of Seal Dragon Hue triggers. We run 4 of the Vanilla Seal Dragon Crit, 4 of the draw trigger, which is a Vanguard effect, which is go into soul, choose 1 Kagero, and that unit gain 3000. And we run 4 of the new critical from the new set. So this card's effect is when this card is called the Rearguard Circle, if you have a Seal Dragon Vanguard, for each opponent's grade 2 on his or all of you, you can flip 1 damage face up. So it's an Unflipper. It's a very good, especially if let's say you have no more Counter Blast, you just call this card and opponent have like 2, you can inflict 2 damage. Yeah, so it's a free cost, totally free cost. So we hope that you enjoy today's Seal Dragon deck profile. Please subscribe to Destiny of Cards. If you do like to have any deck profile to be seen, you can post in the comment section below. And if any comments you can comment too. And please do like and subscribe to Destiny of Cards. Thank you.